sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies. I used to sing that to my little brother. He'd always say, Jill, sing it to me again, sing it to me again. I'll feel better if you just sing it. Do you feel better now, Billy? Do you feel better now? They say I've got a decision to make, but really the decision is already made. I just have to say the words. I just have to let go and say the words and they'll do the rest. Just let go. But I can't, the words won't come. Maybe if I sang it, it would be easier. Goodbye, Billy. Goodbye, Billy. Goodbye, Billy. It's time. You see, that's the last thing I remember. My little brother asking me to sing to him and to ride with me and Greg to our grandparents' house on Christmas Eve. Can I go with you, Jill, please? Oh, Jill, come on, please let me ride with you and Greg, please. No, Billy. Greg and I have to go to his parents' house to pick up presents, but they don't need another kid screaming and running around. Besides, we haven't been alone all day. Bug off. Go ride with Mom and Dad, Mimi, and Pops. We'll be there in a little bit. But Jill, I want to hear the new song you've been working on. I won't be any bother. And besides, you promised me to ride the new truck. I'll give you a ride. Later. Now go on. Leave us alone. His little face was falling. 12 years of pride pushed aside as he offered to let me have first crack at the new dirt bike he was hoping for on Christmas morning. I'll let you go first. You can ride it as long as you want. All day if you want. Just please don't make me ride with Mom and Dad. Mimi and Pop smell like old farts. Besides, I want to hear the new song. You want to hear a new song? Here's one for you. Billy is a moron, but E-I-E-I-O. His brain is smaller than a nut, E-I-E-I-O. Shut up, Jill. I'm telling Mom. Go ahead, Peanut. She's not going to believe you. I'll tell her you were singing some crap you picked up at that low-life school of yours, probably from Jimmy Putnam. She knows all about him and how you guys put the wieners in the boys' toilet and made Janitor Jackson fish them out. And besides, who do you think she's going to believe? Weenie Boy or responsible Jill who just earned a new truck? Billy hung his head and walked away while Greg chided me for being an abusive older sister. But I didn't care. He's such a pest! He was such a pest. He was. Greg and I went to his parents' house. I never even told Mom and Dad goodbye. I remember the last thing I did as we backed down the driveway. Billy was standing there with some pitiful last hope look on his face, and I stuck my tongue out at him. He gave me the shove it sign with his arm. I had to laugh. He had guts. He wasn't afraid of me. He wasn't afraid to stand up to the older sister he worshipped. Mom was always after me to set a good example for him. Now you know that child worships you, Jill. You treat him with some respect. Set the standard for him to follow. He will do anything you do, Jill, so just you watch your step. Little eyes are watching, you know. I'm sorry, Mom. I let you down. But how was I supposed to know what was going to happen that night? How are any of us supposed to know what's going to happen in the heartbeat of the next second? One minute you're joking around, saying your brother has nuts for brains and sticking your tongue out in the next. I didn't know, Mom. I just didn't know. Greg and I went to his parents' house to spend some time with his family before we joined mine later at my grandparents' house. You know how it is. When you get older, you have to divide up your time between everybody. Greg's family gathering was huge, so by the time we'd sampled every aunt's famous Christmas dish and his mom's perfect fudge, we were running a little late. I'd better call Mimi and Pops. Tell them we'll be there in a little bit, just so they don't worry. The phone rang and rang. I cursed their old-fashioned ways. Why couldn't they invest in an answering machine like everyone else? Then I at least could have left a message. I rolled my eyes, slammed down the receiver. Ugh, where are they? They probably stopped at the store to pick up a gallon of milk or something stupid like that. Or they're out in the garage admiring Pop's new riding lawnmower for the 5th time. I swear the old man thinks he's the first to ever own one. The Neil Armstrong of lawns in his geriatric community. Old people get the biggest buzz out of the dumbest things. We'd better get going. Greg was handing me my coat. We drove out in my shiny new truck to Union Pops, but when we got there, no one was home. Maybe they had car trouble. Let's backtrack to my place and see if we can find them, told Greg. It never occurred to me that something could be wrong. Not even when we saw the police lights still surrounding the wreckage. That could not be my family's car, twisted and gnarled there in the exit ramp. It was just a double cab truck that happened to look like my dad's. Even when we pulled over, I still thought this had to be some huge coincidence. I could still hear ambulances screaming their way to the hospitals in the distance, while a wrecking crew tried to pry a cherry red sports car from the windshield cavity of the overturned truck. It wasn't until Greg's mom showed up and I saw that she was crying that I began to realize that this could have something to do with me. Jill, we need to get you to the hospital. Your family, your parents, your grandparents. Billy? Billy! What about Billy? Parents are invisible and grandparents are old, so nothing can happen to them, but Billy? I was supposed to look out for Billy! Greg's mom drove us to the hospital, where I learned that my family, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, were already dead. Just like that, my entire family wiped out. And Billy? Well, they said Billy was still alive. Sort of. Machines were keeping Billy alive. My little brother, the one who wanted to hear me sing, the one who wanted to ride my truck, the one I stuck my tongue out at before I left. Machines were keeping him alive. And they said that I had to be the one to turn them off. There's really no hope of recovery. The trauma to the brain was too severe. As the last surviving relative, you'll have to give us confirmation to terminate life support. You're kidding! I have to decide when to end my little brother's life! I'm not even 18, I shouldn't have to do this! I can't do this! Oh God! Why are you doing this to me? Why are you letting this happen? Please, someone help me! The minister was here this morning. But all he did was tell me that this is God's will. Well, is it? Is it your will that someone got taped up on the freeway and flew off the exit ramp just in time to take out my entire family? And now I don't have a choice. Billy, I know I gotta let you go. But I don't want to. I'm so sorry. Goodbye, Billy. Goodbye, Billy. Goodbye, Billy. It's time. Goodbye, my sweet Billy. End time.